Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris.
The next one, the GB experience. I'll talk us through that whole experience, the players you played with. You had guys like, again, Matthews on the team. I think you played with Ogo, another great point guard, Mr. Pounded Yam, I call him. And also,
So the year that you're talking about, I was at the camp, but I didn't get selected for the team. But to be around those high level players is amazing, absolutely amazing.
okay.
Obviously living up north in the Midlands, but you Londoners call it north, so we'll do that. I didn't really get to like play with these guys like in the summer and stuff at the scrimmages and that. So you know, the only time I'd ever see them really is GB or maybe like Midnight Madness back in the day. So yeah, to be around those people, man, it was awesome experience. Even recently, when I was with them and as like Miles Hessen, Ashley Hamilton, the group that they have now, it's awesome.
What are you saying? Yeah, you're playing in GB. You know, you said you played with Miles Hessen and all that. So, have you been back to GB yet?
Sorry, what?
Are you trying to get back to on the GB team, or are you just seeing what happens?
I mean, I'm just seeing what happens, bro. Like, obviously, if the opportunity presents itself, I'd always take it. I literally left mid-season in Australia last season to come back to camp. So, yeah, I've always been committed to the GB program.
Definitely, man. Hopefully, we see you on there, man. Definitely like to see you there, man. All right. Going into the next one, I always ask this question to all my guys I have on live. Your views on the BBL and the WBBL, things that you've seen that are working and things that you think that could be improved on.
Things that I've seen that are working is, man, there's such a following. Like, you know, the proof's in the pudding, man. Like, you come to a game at the Riders Arena, you can see that people love this game. They come to our game, they come to our arena, and they say, "Wow, like I never knew this was around. Like I didn't know." So once you've got them through the doors, they get hooked. You know, like all the big sports, really. So I think there's definitely a package there that, you know, a big investor or, you know, a huge company could grab hold of and really take it to another level.
Grab it, bro, and just...
Literally, bro. Somebody asked me this question actually in an interview the other day.
Okay. They probably teaching my questions, man.
Yeah, they probably saw your sheet, bro. And it's just my opinion. So, you know, it doesn't mean I'm right or wrong. But my opinion on it all is I'm trying to compare it to other sports. So I think for me, when I was growing up, for example, I knew of football and I knew of basketball. But what I knew of football was you're going to be rich.
Yeah.
You're going to have a Ferrari and a mansion, and like the glamorization of football was so obvious because it was everywhere in the papers, on TV. You see football stars branded in front of you all the time. And I think that basketball doesn't get that publicity in this country. And I personally think that has a lot to do with younger mindsets on the game. So they're growing up and it gets to a point where they're like, okay, well, I've got to stick either to my basketball or my football or my rugby or whatever it is. And I think with the basketball, there's kind of like a void, which is whether they're consciously thinking about it or it's subconscious, I don't know. But I think there's a void that's like, okay, but if I play football, I can see where I'm going to go with that. If I do basketball, I don't really see what I'm going to get from that. So, you know, quick decision, I'm going to do football, I'm going to do rugby or athletics. So I just think that in this country, we should do a better job of putting basketball where it needs to be, putting basketball players on TV, you know, all these TV shows and on the papers, branding, like Foot Lockers and stuff like that. Not NBA players, the BBL players, you know what I mean? and get it to a point where kids growing up are like, man, I can make a little bit of money through this. You know what I mean? Like, I can do this, I can do that. And obviously a lot of that comes down to the money. So yeah, I just think it needs to be branded better.
100% agree with that. It said everything that I was gonna say. Marketing better, branded better, definitely. I also mentioned I was on Rebound NBL on Upstream the other night, and I said, you know, it would be good as well to try and market players a bit more, like sell jerseys of certain players, like get people wearing their jerseys and, you know, help promote the game in that way. That would be definitely a great idea to push forward.
For sure.
Definitely. All right. That's my next question now. I got this.
Everything Chris. Everything Chris. Everything Chris.